This is how you attach triangles that start by picking up stitches along the edge of an existing triangle instead of a cast-on edge. So you can see this triangle right here has been picked up along this edge. There's a little bit of a ridge in there in between the two different colors of garter stitch. So we're going to be doing that and picking up a triangle along this edge. So you're going to pick up 42 stitches, which is the same number as this cast on that we are picking up from, which is convenient. We're going to be picking up both legs of the stitches from our cast on edge. So you can see this is the first stitch we're going to do right here. There's a little loop that goes into the triangle it's next to. We're going to pick up both of those legs, then these legs, then these. You can see that they kind of form the V's, like this was a single row of stockinette or a slip stitch edge. So get your yarn started, leave a tail so that we can weave in the ends, and then you're just going to pick up along that cast on edge. So we're going to get both of the legs of that first stitch that is connected to this triangle next to the one we're picking up from, and you just pick up and knit like you would pick up and knit anything. And there's our first stitch, and then we're just gonna keep going into the next two legs, pick up a stitch, and into the next two, pick up a stitch. So this is what it looks like from the side. These are our 3 stitches. You can see that there is a loop here, and then there is a loop behind that loop. So those are our 2 legs. My cat is very interested in picking up stitches, as you can hear. And just do that across your whole cast on edge. As you do this, remember that we are just picking up these stitches that form our cast on edge along the top. Don't worry about these little purl bumps that you can see on the front. They kind of hide themselves as we pick up and go. So you can see right here, there is this purl bump. These are the purl bumps. And when I go and I pick up my next 2 stitch legs and I knit them, you can't see that purl bump anymore. This just looks like stockinette because we're tucking all of those bumps behind. But you don't need to worry about them. Just when you are looking where to pick up your next stitch, this is the stitch I just picked up from, that's that purl bump. But when we look at the top, that's where we just picked up. We're going to go right into this next leftmost stitch there. So that's the purl bump. But when we look at the top, we don't see that purl bump. We see these 2 legs that we already picked up from. And these are the next 2 legs right here. So we just go in there. So just be sure when you are deciding where to pick up that you're not like getting confused by the front, that you're just looking at the very top of your cast on edge to pick up. Okay, so when you get to the end of your triangle, I currently have 40 stitches, so I need to make 2 more stitches. The V's that you are looking for across the top can get a little bit nebulous because we've already picked up stitches and attached to them. But don't worry, just make your last couple stitches and it won't be noticeable that it will be a little bit different than how you've been doing it. So I'm actually going to go into this purl bump here and go into the leg behind it to make 1 stitch, and then I'm going to go into my final 2 legs right there and make another stitch. And now I have my 42 stitches and I'm all set to work the rest of my triangle.